Hey everybody, it's Topics here, and I wanted to create a video going over the new talent tree changes for Protection Warrior. That's what we're going to do today. I want to try and keep this short and sweet. It's not meant to be a long form, in-depth video, but basically just want to open up these talents and build it out with you guys. So first of all, we're not going to really be talking about the warrior side because that didn't really change a whole lot. The only notable shout out I will give is this bitter immunity talent that allows you to remove diseases, poisons, and curses. As you guys know, Arakara that's in the next season has poisons, and Hall of Atonement has curses. So I don't know about as a tank needing this, especially because we're going to be able to switch back to Dwarf and get Stone Form. Now that they put like a Shadow Meld potion in the game, you won't need to be Night Elf anymore. But as Fury and Arms, if you're playing that, this might come in handy on high keys, especially in groups that don't have a lot of Dispel classes. So notable shout out there. But basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to build out this side of the talent tree. So I'm kind of removing a lot of this stuff so that we can kind of see what that looks like and what it means to build out a talent tree. So, okay, so we're just going to start here. So, when you're building this out, the way you want to think about it, especially when you're figuring out the new tree, because this is a pretty new tree, they moved a lot of stuff around, you always want to take the minimum amount of points you need to unlock the next tier, and so on. And once you get to the bottom and you have all of the minimum points used, you then go back up retroactively and you dump points places. So as you can see, we only need like one more point here. So let me remove this stuff. So yeah, so you only need one more point. So you know, you're obviously going to take all this stuff at the top, but then Disrupting Shout here, they made Challenging Shout baseline, which is your AoE taunt. So now the only thing you have to do is put one talent point in here to turn your AoE taunt into also an AoE kick, which obviously is Protection Warrior we're going to do. And now we've unlocked the next tier. But we have Rend here, so, you know, I know I'm kind of contradicting myself saying put the minimum points in, but it's pretty obviously we're going to want Rend, so we're going to take the Strategist, which is just buffing some of your core abilities and giving them a 25% chance to reset Shield Slam. So we're going to take that and then obviously Rend. So we'll stop there and keep putting points in. So in order to go anywhere on this side of the tree, we need Last Stand. So the Warrior dev has basically locked us behind Last Stand because we're going to want stuff on this side of the tree without having to go through heavy repercussions or into the fray, because these aren't really huge talents on live for us, nor will they be in this new talent tree. So we're going to take Last Stand, and we're going to want stuff on this side too. So we're actually going to be taking Fueled by Violence, which is you are healed for 200% of the damage dealt by deep wounds. So this is going to give us a lot of self-sustain. So we're going to take that. And then definitely going to take Thunderlord, which is, it's basically giving us huge CDR on Demo Shout when we Thunderclap. You know, 4.5 seconds, 1.5 to 4.5 seconds DR on Demo Shout, depending on how much enemies our Thunderclap hits. So, you know, Demo Shout's a 45-second cooldown that can easily turn into 30 seconds or less with that talent. So you're definitely gonna take that. And then obviously Shield Wall, it's like our biggest defensive ability. We're taking that. So we still have 6 points to use here. So let's go to the other side for a second. Punish, we're going to be taking this because it's 15% increased damage to Shield Slam, which is a core offensive ability, and it also gives us like a slight DR to whoever our Shield Slam target is. And then we're definitely taking this Hunker Down ability. This is an additional 2% AoE damage reduction and an additional 10% magic DR on our Spell Reflect, which is good because we're losing Spell Block. So to have an additional 10% DR on Spell Reflect is huge. That makes Spell Reflect a 35% magic DR now. And this is also a new one, Unyielding Stance. Defensive Stance reduces damage taken by an additional 4%. So this is going to give us 4% extra DR. We have an extra 10% magic DR here with Spell Reflect, so that just is going to make us baseline tankier against magic damage, which I think that was their attempt on compensating for losing spell block. We'll see if it works out. We don't really get to choose as much when to be tanky against magic damage. Basically, just pop spell reflect and pray. You could also overlap shield wall with spell reflect if you really wanted a lot of DR, and that might save you from some magic tank busters. So, but as you guys can see, we still need an extra 3 points. So we're going to want a path through the middle here to get through some of this stuff. So we're going to want Enduring Defense, which is shield block lasting another second. So in order to get there, we need to take one of these. I think these talents on this right side are a little bit better. We don't need a sudden death proc on Execute and Mythic Plus, so we're going to take Deep Wounds, which is your Deep Wounds and Rend are... This Bloodborne talent are causing your Deep Wounds and Rend to deal 25% increased damage. So huge value for your bleeds. We're going to be taking that, which allows us to take this middle one. And we still have one more talent to take here, so let's see where we can spend this point, okay? So Execute damage, no thanks. Tough as Nails is bad, it always has been bad. I don't think we need to take any of these. Basically looking at this, it's probably one of these, but this is just more damage to Devastate, which is just our auto attacks. However, this is giving us more rage from Deep Wounds. So I'm probably going to take this for now just to improve our rage economy so that we can unlock this next tier. So now, we're definitely going to be taking this one, which is Shield Wall, gaining additional charge. And this is Anger Management, very classic ability, basically just gives us CDR on Avatar and Shield Wall. And now we have our Capstones unlocked. So we're going to take both of them. Shield Charge, pretty obvious. We want that. And then Ravager. You can take a Ravager proc here, which might be better for newer players to reduce button bloat. They don't have to bind Ravager. But I think for higher end players, you're going to want the normal Ravager that you can place wherever you want. Helps you gather pulls. Helps give you a little bit more control over where this is being placed. Okay, so now we basically have the whole talent tree done, the capstones are done, and we have 6 points to work with. So this middle area is light. We're probably going to be putting most of them in here because there's some big talents in here. So I need to put another block into this, Enduring Defense. Unlock these. And we're going to want this one, Shield Specialization, because it increases our block chance by 8% and block value by 16. And then we're definitely going to want Enduring Alacrity. 5% stamina and 2% haste is just too big to pass up on. And basically what we need to accomplish here is we need to get to Battle Scarred Veteran. This is our cheat death, basically, and we need to get there. So what 2 points do we have to spend here to leave our last point for this? And I'm basically going to do what we do on live. We're not taking Indomitable. We're taking Booming Voice, which is giving you a damage increase for enemies hit by Demo Shout. And then we're taking Violent Outburst, which is basically just more damage at the end of the day if you summarize it that way. And now we can get our Battle Scarred Veteran. Now, I do have this point in Blood Surge, which is extra rage from our Deep Wounds. I will say, if you do not need this talent, if you think that your rage economy is fine, then you may choose to put it in Focus Vigor, which is more strength and critical strike. Because I don't really see where else you would put it. I don't think this damage increase to auto attacks is going to do much. Best Serve Cold is basically dodges and parries, making your revenge cost nothing. We're not like a huge dodge or parry class, so I don't see this being that great. So yeah, I really think all that you would maybe do is drop Blood Surge if you have enough rage and don't need the extra rage, and maybe put it into Focus Vigor. I think to start the season, you'd probably actually would want to do that, because you would want more damage, more strength than you would over rage. Maybe in high keys you need more rage and you'd play this, but this is pretty much what the talent tree would look like, you guys. So the only button you're saving compared to this season is Spell Block, so you can free up that keybind. And yeah, that's about it. It'll be interesting to see how we feel against magic damage now that we don't have Spell Block, even though we have increased DR from Spell Reflect and 4% extra baseline DR. So we'll have to see how that feels. But yeah, that's the video, you guys. I just wanted to show you guys this, what the new talent tree is looking like. Comment down below what you think. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content and you want more warrior content moving forward. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Big shout out to all the Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. It's because of you that I'm able to keep making this content for Warrior and World of Warcraft. Thank you.